viewers, welcome to another game of Casual Pro Gamer. Today we are doing a Broodmother game, and Broodmother is over here. As you can see, she is an invisible champion, and we have been playing for about a minute and 10 when we came in. Yeah, the reason for doing Broodmother is because I wanted to discuss one of the long lane champions, and the long lane is the vertical lane. So for the green team in this case, that is the bottom lane. For the red team, that is the top lane. And there is a big difference between the two lanes. It is mainly because of, well, where you are, where the minions are, or when the minions engage each other, and where you have to be to get anything done. And of course, where you can be in the safety of your tower. So anyway, Broodmother is a typical long lane champion because she has that invisibility. And yeah, I will discuss the skills a little bit. First of all, we have the spawn spiderlings on the queue. It's not your first skill you're going to use. This is your first skill, but we'll get there in a moment. You basically kill a unit with it, and yeah, if the unit gets killed, then you spawn spiderlings, which are just, well, small spiders, and you can use those small spiders to push the lane, or to get last hits, or to jungle, or to do everything that you can, or, well, that anyone can. And that is a very useful thing to do in the later stages of the game. Early game, of course, you don't want to push your lane too much, so you don't want to use that yeah, that ability to make, well, extra damage on the minions. You want to just last hit, and that's about it. But you do want to level it up, because you want to have it at level 4 as soon as possible. So that's why she got it at level 2. You can of course wait until like level 4 to get it, I think. No, I don't know. Level 3, I guess. Anyway, spin web then. That's this. You drop down a web, which is a 3D structure, and it's really nice if you watch it move. I'll click this away. But yeah, if you move, then you can really see that it's a 3D thing, and it moves when you move through it. You can actually see it moving a little bit. It's really nice, but yeah, well, you become invisible when you're under it, and that is the main thing. You also get additional movement speed and health regeneration, and one more. Oh no, you have a limited amount of webs. The webs never expire, so you get a number of webs to toss out. You can actually destroy trees with them, and well, once you toss them out and you reach your maximum, every new one will destroy an old one. Obviously, the oldest one will go first, but as I said, they will never time out completely, or time out because they are too old. No, they only time out when, well, when you allow them to, when you cast an extra net web, sorry. So normally we see like 2 levels in that early on, because that allows you to throw out 4 of them, and that should be enough to help you in the lane and to keep you in the lane, and to kind of, well, just stay invisible wherever you are. And that's exactly the thing that you want. You don't need it for anything else yet. Obviously, you can use them for multiple purposes, but the main thing is to get it to be invisible and to get the health regen. And yeah, later in the game you can, as I said, remove trees with them, and keep vision on, for example, jungle camps, or make easier access paths to the jungle, things like that. Kind of the random things that you can do with invisibility heroes. Like jungle when people aren't looking because they don't know where you are, and yeah, things like that. Anyhow, for now we're just farming and farming and farming and farming and farming and farming. We are here with 2 champions. Normally we don't see that. Normally she's all alone, but I guess it's not a super high level game. I picked the highest level game I could get that had a reasonable amount of time. I mean, I didn't want to start 10 minutes in, because then you wouldn't see her play anyway. And here are the spiderlings coming into play. So the spiderlings, yeah, you can see them, the really tiny spiders. They do quite a bit of damage because there are so many of them. And yeah, we currently are 2 and 2. So 2 on the spiderlings, 2 on the spin web. Anyway, the incapacitating bite then. I was kind of forgetting that I was discussing the skills. As you can see, it gives a miss chance and a slow. Yeah, it's pretty standard stuff. I mean, it's useful. It's not like super. Yeah, it's not a super skill, but I guess the 2 other ones are already super skills, so you kind of have a 1 weaker skill in there, just like most of the champions that have strong skills. I mean, for every strong skill you have to have like a weaker skill. Anyway, we do get 1 because, yeah, well, the miss chance is very useful, especially against champions like the Skeleton King. Because the Skeleton King, of course, relies on those auto attacks. He doesn't really have spells to last hit with. So you can use it for that. Then finally, Insatiable Hunger. It is basically extra damage, lifesteal, and yeah, that's it. So it has a short cooldown. It has a decent mana cost, so you can't really spam it. But yeah, it's a pretty good spell to have. It allows you to win or win one-on-one fights basically later in the game, because you can use it to stay alive while fighting an enemy. And of course, with your spiders doing the work, or most of the work, the only thing that's important is for you to stay alive. And yeah, that's exactly what she gets out of that. So anyhow, yeah, we are pushing the tower quite hard. Of course, you need to watch out that the enemy doesn't deny their tower, because that is what happens in this game if you just randomly push lanes. People can actually deny everything, except for champions. Heroes of New Earth, you can also deny champions, but in Dota that doesn't seem to be possible. And so in this game, it's kind of, yeah, you can deny a whole lot of experience and gold to your enemies if they're not like able to keep up. So if you are stronger in lane, you basically can deny more and more, which puts you further and further ahead, which is exactly the way this game is supposed to work. And that's why I like the deny mechanism. I wouldn't like it for League of Legends, because in League of Legends, League of Legends is not, well, really tuned towards the, well, the deny, yeah, how do you say that? Well, the people that play League of Legends are different people from what they play, the ones that play Dota. Also, the items are different, so denying would be too easy in League of Legends, making someone who's a little bit ahead or a little bit more skillful, yeah, just a whole lot more effective in lane, and that's what you don't want, of course. You want to have the best player win, not just because they get a small advantage in the beginning and they get one extra small item, and or they just get a better hero. Because you want a better player to win, not just the champion choice. And of course, yeah, that's why it's not a good thing for League of Legends. But in Dota, I really like it, and it is definitely good to have that. So anyhow, we currently have 3 guys against us. Broodmother, the only one in lane for our team, and she is just looking what she can do. Obviously, she sees a whole lot of minions coming in, and she is invisible, so it makes it a little bit easier to counter this. So she gets the first spiderling spawn, basically, and with those spiderlings, she goes to town on the rest of the minions. So yeah, pretty easy standard defense. And of course you took a little bit of damage from that, but because she can be invisible for most of this this fight, it's actually not bad. So she actually didn't get damaged that much. She needs to run though. Oh. No, she's still okay. I thought Windrunner would definitely kill her, but no, not going to happen. Windrunner out of here. Of course, that was a good gank from her teammates. But you can see how easily she can defend and why she is picked as a long laner, which is normally a 1 versus 2 situation, or even 1 versus 3 situation. But with Broodmother you can build up a whole army and still stay invisible. And because of that invisibility, while still being able to attack with your spiderlings, yeah, that's what makes her so good. So here goes the tower. They do get it, so no denied, not a denied tower there, which is excellent. So it seems that the enemy team has not yet put down any wards against her. So normally we see that if a Broodmother is in game, people will buy the, oh come on, what are they called? Sentry wards. The sentry wards that detect camo, or no, invisibility, stealth, whatever you want to call it. Every game calls it something different. I normally call it camo because that's just on the tip of my tongue. Even though it's stealth or invisibility, that's what it actually is. What just happened? I don't know what that was. Oh, something with the spiders. I don't know. It seemed weird. Anyhow, yeah, that was the Zeus, I think, doing some damage there. And she really needs to heal up. You can see now she's under the web. You can see how her health, which is over there, is actually ticking up quite quickly. And that's exactly what you want that web for. And why you want to have that at a decent amount of levels, well, as early as possible. Of course, you're going to get the spawn spiderlings as soon as possible, because the spawn spiderlings allows you to build that army and to defend your lane without getting into trouble. And here you can see number of spiderlings being produced, and she's going to attack the tower with them. Sorry, I have the hiccups for some reason. But yeah, healing up quite nicely under her web. And item wise, by the way, we have Soul Ring, which gives you extra mana for or while sacrificing health. And because she has so much health regen, she can afford to lose health, because once she gets to a higher amount of health, she can just use that and then, well, kind of go from there again. Plus it gives you 50% mana regen, which is very nice to have. It's just a really nice item, and it's really an item for her. Again, a mana regen item, by the way. So apparently she uses a lot of mana. And mana regen items are, of course, a very good way to, well, I don't know what's happening. They're a very good way to keep your mana high. You don't have to have a huge mana pool. She currently has 400 mana, which is not a whole lot. And oh, is she? Yeah, she is safe. No problem. She is about 400 health here, and that is too much for anyone to just nuke down. But it is kind of risky, and she is going to be in a little bit of trouble here, because this entire wave is going to push past her. And of course, yeah, with another web, it should all be good. Now she should be able to spawn her spiderlings if, yeah, the Skeleton King was too fast there for her. So if she was able to cast her spiderlings on one of them, he would actually not be fast enough to do everything. But none of the minions almost died. And basically, that's what she needs to have. She needs to have someone as one of the minions at very low health, and then cast her spawn spiderlings on it, and then she gets the spiderlings, and then she can kill the next one and spawn more spiderlings from that. And of course, that is that didn't happen there, just for the simple reason that Skeleton King just took out everything, which is excellent. That's a great play on his part. Obviously, he is no longer here. He is currently in the jungle, jungling it up, and that is actually where, well, the jungle capabilities of Broodmother come in. Because normally we see her doing the work in the jungle because she can actually use those spiderlings to push the lane and then go jungle herself, or the other way around. Normally we see it the other way around, I guess, but yeah, currently she is just a little bit all over the place. And we are going to go to mid, where we can pick up 2 minions here and push the lane a little bit. But yeah, this the enemy team obviously realizing that mid was kind of under attack, and wow, just going invisible. The dust goes down though, and she is visible for a small amount of time still, and they may actually be able to do this. Oh, she gets trapped. Windrunner paused the game there. I don't know what happened, but yeah, she does go down. Very unfortunate, but that's the way it goes once you get dusted.
Just try.
So once someone uses the dust of appearance on you, it's pretty hard to stay alive. It's pretty yeah, pretty important to not get dusted because of that. But there's not a whole lot you can do about that. Obviously, if she stayed back a little bit more instead of going, well, forward like that, and just going for it, well, she could have picked up the first minion with the ability, with the spawn spiderlings, used the spiderlings to get the second kill, and then withdrawn in the meantime. But yeah, 2 enemies coming in, and that was just a little bit too much for her to handle. The tower has gone down. I don't know if it got denied. Doesn't really matter for me. Obviously, it does matter for them because the tower is 750 gold, something like that, or 1000 gold. It's somewhere around 750, I believe. And whoa, Broodmother disconnecting, I think. I have no clue what just happened. I think she disconnected. That would be very sad, to be honest. Because she didn't move at all, and the only thing I can think of that causes that is a disconnect. I don't know. Let's at least. Oh, I can do it like this. Let's switch to someone else, and see that we see that Windrunner is just looking all over the place. Now let's go with someone who's actually doing well. That is Invoker. Yeah, we're not going to do Invoker. Someone who we've already done, maybe? The Skeleton King? I don't know. Yeah, Invoker is just a very complex champion. I'm not going to discuss him yet. Because he has, instead of the normal 3 spells and an ultimate, you actually have 10 spells. And 10 spells, of course, makes the play a whole lot different, and also makes just for a much more complex strategy. We are back. I really have no clue what happened there. By the way, we do see the ward here now. So that's the vision ward, and a sentry ward, I guess, in this game. But it gives a vision of stealth units. Enemies, of course, are going to come in. They're going to try to kill, yeah, and successfully kill Broodmother. That is unfortunate, but it does happen. And what are we going to do then? Nothing. Okay, the enemy's just happily farming along. They don't really care too much. They lost Nature's Prophet against the Broodmother, but that's about it. They did get to keep their turret though, which is excellent. And now we are apparently going forward. And when are we going to respawn? Oh, there we are. Yeah, I can't hear the sound. Normally you can hear the sound of the respawn. And there we go, teleporting in. So she has quite a lot of mana regen. It's just that, well, since the early game, she hasn't really used a whole lot of spells anymore. And okay, the tower gets destroyed, and that is behind her back, obviously. Yeah, Broodmother gets caught here, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Because she should be able to go invisible again. Yeah, here we go. We can actually go invisible. No! Wow, no web coming out. Still no web. Finally a web comes out. But yeah, they have another dust. But the web not only makes you invisible, it also gives you movement speed and it gives you health regen. So I kind of assumed he would have cast that as soon as he could. To become invisible and get health regen. Obviously, with the Dust of Appearance, well, you buy 2 stacks anyway. So with the Dust of Appearance still, well, available, it was going to be almost impossible to stay alive. But yeah, she might have had a chance if one of her teammates came in. But yeah, well, not in this case.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So yeah, so far so good for the enemy team, that is. We aren't really playing the best game ever. Yeah, that's what you get for getting a random game. Yeah, 0-4, 56 minions, 1 deny. That's not like super good, but it's all good. We're just here to see a little bit of play from her, and yeah, I really need to clean up my my friends list. It's no offense to any of you, but I have too many people on there. It's just that I have all kinds of people on there because of the DotA keys, and well, the problem is that because I have so many people on there that actively play games, I get these pop-ups all the time. So in the top right. And yeah, I don't want that because it's crappy, basically. I mean, I see that on the Xbox games all the time. If you watch people who play Xbox, because they upload videos as well, then you see what I mean. I mean, they get so many pop-ups of that guy has come online, and it always says a pling. I don't know the exact amount. If I hear it, or the exact sound, but if I hear it, I will definitely recognize it. But anyhow, Zeus put down a ward there, and that means Broodmother is dead. Yep. Skeleton King doing very well. Skeleton King, the ultimate pop stomper, of course, and yeah, he's not. I guess the ultimate pop stomper. There are several others that do very well as well. Pudge comes to mind. I don't know. Axe. Yeah, we have several of them. Just the champions that do very well because people don't really understand how to combat them. Anyhow, we get a tower on the top lane then, and that's excellent. That's excellent. It is about time that Broodmother starts contributing to the team. Although she does contribute in the way that, well, she is forcing the enemy team to buy all kinds of, well, dust and such. Yeah, this is the enemy team. Currently, nobody has anything. Huh, that's kind of funny. So nobody has anything to detect her, which means that if she goes invisible, she's pretty much safe. Yeah, unless... I don't think she went invisible there, because I don't think they could have seen her. They don't have a gem of true sight, They don't have any wards, they don't have dust. Hang on, that's this team. No, at least I don't see it. But anyhow, he has been using that, obviously. What's happening? Did we pause again? I don't know what just happened, but everything is stuck except for the time. So I don't know what's happening here. Well, it seems that the game got stuck. I really have no clue what this is. Yeah, the game just got completely stuck. I guess that's it. Oh man, second game in a row. That doesn't end well. Oh man, I'm going to take recommended games from you guys by now, because well, I do want to have different champions, and Invoker is not on the list, and I don't want to do him yet. So send me game numbers or games from games that are actually good, and I prefer them to be replays, so in the actual Dota game, but they may also be videos if you've seen like a good game of a tournament match, although I don't feel that I'm good enough yet for tournament games. So just send me the numbers on my email address, which is casualprogamer@hotmail.com, for those of you who don't know. Oh, that was excellent. That was really good thinking. Anyway, just send me the numbers and tell me which champion it is in the title of the email, and tell me a little bit about the game so that I know what to expect when I pick your game. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. I'm sorry that it ends this way, and I will see you next time. GG.